It's time to make a tea bag bookmark. I'm applying gesso here to the tea bag, and then yellow acrylic paint and black acrylic paint, or that was navy blue, excuse me, navy blue acrylic paint. And I'm using my fingers just to give it a different kind of look. Adding black. Vicky, Retro Queen Bee Art, let's be busy in art. Added green. I had so much fun making these tea bag bookmarks. And you leave your tea bag long. You don't tear it apart to be one big one. Here I'm adding copper. You can use any paints you want. It's up. Use what's in your stash, and these are so much fun to make. Incredibly fun. And then I decided to add a little more white gesso just to kind of, what it does for me is it pushes the colors back some. Then I had a 6 that I stamped, and then I took my markers. You can use any marker here just to make some doodles, round circles, dots. These are Posca pins of white. I do go over my doodles. I'll create them and then I'll go over them again. And so we need to make a hole, put some string through it. This is my second one. They're pretty fast to make and easy, and I'm using white gesso here again. Then I just take my paint and swirl it around the yellow. Had to remove my magnets, but they did help in the beginning to keep it straight. I filmed it in this section, a smaller section, because I thought it was better to see than in the widescreen. And then I would have to have the camera up higher. So I thought having the camera closer, you could see I'm just making marks with acrylic paint that are coming into my head. There's a bronze that I'm going to add here. I'm going like la 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 la. Yes, I'm adding marks. La 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 la. Just having, putting them anywhere and having a good time. I'm adding some more white again. White gesso. Then I'm going to add a button as a flower I had in my stash. With a black Posca pin, I added 3 leaves and a stem. And then I wanted something to make little circles in orange, and so I just used the tip of my watercolor pen, and it worked okay. It was good enough for my project. I was happy. And then I needed to add glue to the button, and I used fabric tack. And I get a Posca pen and start doodling more, adding some dots. I even like how the back turned out on these markers, on these bookmarks. And I add a red ribbon to this one. And I also decided to sew the button. You can see I had a little problem there. I got the red ribbon caught in there. And I tried to do a bow here, and I said, oh, heck with it. I'm just going to cut it off after my knots. It looks good. Then I added some script to the bookmark. This is my third bookmark. I decided to paint it all blue, and I'm using acrylic paint. This was fun, just blue, 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 as dark as I could get it. So I'm having a different way here of starting the layering of paint. These would be fun to give your friends as a gift. Happy Mail. I painted the tag here, the T tag, in blue. I love the string on this one, so it has a string and a T tag, Teabag tag. And here, I somehow lost the film, but I took a circle stencil and did white paint. And the tag up on top, I glued it down to give it more strength. Then I started doodling with orange Posca pen here. Yeah, I thought I was adding my stencil. I just used white paint in the stencil with a makeup sponge. I applied it that way. Just adding some lines. And I go over my lines 2 or 3 times until they're bright enough for me. See, I go over the other lines here to make them brighter. Adding some dots. Going over the dots, just random dots. Alright, and then I decide to stamp a pattern in black on top of it. Then I take gold and do splatters. Now the first one I had a problem with it ripping, and so I just have these little circle things. I don't know what they're called, but they're kind of their support. And then I just took white gesso and tried to blend the white circle into the bookmark. I did it on the back and the front. So the whole was supported now with the string. I think I used Sari silk. There's my string there. The bookmarks are done, the 3 of them. The back looks cool too. Putting them in my journal in a long pocket, and then using the other one as a bookmark.